Dust off your air fryer because we're gonna use it to make 3 super easy, super delicious vegan desserts. Hey y'all, I'm Becky and I love sharing simple, plant-based comfort food recipes. I love making air fryer desserts because it's a great way to do a small batch. The cleanup is less, you don't heat up the whole kitchen, and you don't end up with a ton of sweets that you're never gonna have time to eat. These are perfect for when you're craving a little sweet treat. And stay tuned to the end where I'll answer some common questions about air frying. First, let's make baked apples with a pumpkin spice oat filling. Start by slicing your apples in half, and then use a spoon or an ice cream scoop to scoop out the middle. You want to leave some of the apple flesh around the edges so that it'll be nice and sturdy after it cooks. Then brush the apple with maple syrup and set it aside. Now combine oats and pecans with maple syrup and pumpkin pie spice. Mix that together really well. Scoop up spoonfuls of that mixture and use them to fill up your apples. You want to kind of overfill them so you have a nice little mound over the top, which is going to get nice and browned and crispy in the air fryer. Now add 1/3 cup of water to the bottom of your air fryer basket and then put the top part of the basket in. Arrange the apples in your air fryer basket and cook at 350 for about 15 minutes until the apples are tender. Use tongs to remove the hot, steamy apples from your air fryer basket and serve them topped with non-dairy yogurt or vegan whipped cream or vegan vanilla ice cream. These are such a delicious sweet treat. Up next, we're making a giant chocolate chip cookie. This cookie serves 4, but I won't judge you if you eat the whole thing in one sitting. I mean, look at that thing. Combine all of your dry ingredients in a medium bowl. Then cream together the vegan butter with sugar and vanilla. Add some aquafaba, which is just the liquid from canned beans, to the bowl, and mix that really well. Now add those wet ingredients to the dry, along with lots of chocolate chips. Mix and knead until you have a cohesive ball of dough. Place the dough between 2 pieces of parchment paper and smoosh it flat. The edges are going to kind of crack when you do that, so just use your fingers to clean up the edges. They're not going to smooth out when you're baking. Once that cookie's looking good, air fry at 350 for 10 minutes. Let it cool and you're ready to eat. This cookie has like a cakey texture and it's got tons of chocolate chips and it's so decadent. These air fryer donut holes are crunchy on the outside and soft and cakey on the inside, and they are so delicious and versatile. This is one of my oldest air fryer recipes, and it was long overdue for a reshoot. When I originally shared this recipe, I made all of the air fryer donut holes churro style with a cinnamon sugar coating. For this version, I rolled half of them in the cinnamon sugar and then half of them I did just plain sugar and then topped them with a glaze. I used my maple glaze recipe, which I'll link in the description. Maple is my favorite kind of donut, but if you have a different kind of glaze that you want to make, go for it. This is a 1-bowl recipe and it's quick and easy to make in the air fryer. Start by mixing the dry ingredients in a large bowl. Then add the wet ingredients and mix those in until you have a slightly sticky ball of dough. Towards the end of mixing, you probably will need to get in there with clean hands and just knead it together. I'm using aquafaba for my egg replacer, which is just the liquid from a can of beans. White bean or chickpea aquafaba are the best for this because they have the most neutral color. You don't want your air fryer donut holes to turn like grayish purple because you used black bean liquid. You know what I mean? Pop the dough into the freezer to chill, and while that's happening, you can get your toppings together. Once the dough is done chilling, line your air fryer basket. You don't want to line the whole basket. Cut your sheet so that there's about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of space all the way around. That way the hot air will still be able to circulate and cook your donut holes. Now roll the dough into 12 equal-sized balls and dredge them in either your sugar or your cinnamon sugar. Or you can do half and half like I did. You're gonna need to cook this in batches because you don't want to overcrowd the basket. So put the first 6 into your basket, cook those and let them cool, and then do the other 6. Once the donuts are cooked and cooled, you're ready to eat. This is also when you'll add any toppings like the maple glaze. I just love how quick and easy these are to make, and it's so much fun making donut holes at home. Are you gonna make yours churro style or use some kind of glaze on top? Let me know in the comments. The first question I get a lot is about whether you need to preheat. I used to always say no because those countertop air fryers are so small, they really preheat super fast, and you can always tack a couple minutes onto the end if your food isn't cooked to your preference. Now though, they have some ovens, like full-sized ovens with an air fryer setting. Since those have such a large volume, you do need to preheat them because they're gonna take a lot longer to warm up. The next common question I get is about the basket. People want to know if you can use non-stick spray, and they want to know if you can put foil in there. If you have a non-stick basket, I don't recommend doing either of these. Foil can scratch your basket, and that can cause the coating to start to flake off, and that's how you end up with non-stick in your food. Not good. And actually the same goes for the aerosol sprays. If you use an aerosol spray, over time it can break down that coating. You're actually not supposed to use aerosol sprays on non-stick pans either. What you can use is those manual spritzing sprays. They put out a little bit more oil, but it's not that fine mist, which is the problem and what damages the non-stick coating. The last question I get a lot is how to convert an oven recipe to an air fryer recipe, and it is so easy. All you need to do is cook it at the same temperature for half the time. So if the recipe calls for something at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes, you'll air fry it at 400 for 15 minutes. That equation is kind of a jumping off point, so start there and see if you need to add time. The other thing I'll say about that is that a lot of air fryers top out at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so if your recipe says like 425 for half an hour, start at 400 for 15 minutes in the air fryer, but you'll probably need to add a little time at the end. I hope you enjoyed this collection of air fryer dessert recipes. If you have any questions about these recipes or about air frying in general, drop a comment. I'm always happy to help. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. Happy cooking!